Welcome back. This is part 2, our little intro to our adventurers. Now, a bit about the world first. I'm going to be going into this in much more detail at the beginning of our next stream, and hopefully I'll be able to clip that out and give y'all a nice precursor to what the world looks like. But for right now, let me suffice to say, our 3 adventurers are arena fighters. We're in the middle of a magical kingdom. In that magical kingdom, the jewel, the crown of the kingdom is the metropolis, and in that metropolis, there is no district more important than the arena district. Welcome to the arena. Our 3 adventurers are arena fighters. We won't call them arena champions. Not yet. They've got a long way to go first. They are going to see their life inside and outside the ring, with managers trying to get them various gigs of all different sorts, with other unsavory elements perhaps within the city trying to fix fights, with political leaders trying to gain influence by gaining the favor of a particular fighter or endorsements. We're going to learn a lot about the city as we proceed. We're going to have our 3 adventurers fighting in arena fights and gaining prestige while also trying to handle life outside the arena. Sometimes they're better fighters than they are livers. So, we know about our world. Let's introduce our 3 characters. Let me bring you over here and introduce you to our barbarian, our ranger, and our wizard. We've got 3 characters. They're each going to be controlled by a specific team. Right now we've got Team 1. This is the reckless, the impulsive. Then we've got our Team 2, which is our restrained. We've got Team 3, the investigator. Now, Team 1, the impulsive, Team Impulse is going to be playing the barbarian. Now, we created these just a bit ago, and I am very excited to introduce them. The barbarian, Silius the Hungry. Silius is a minotaur, and with that, we find that this minotaur has a supple body, wild eyes, and tattoos all over their hide. They wear weather-inappropriate clothing. We'll be discovering more about what that means later on. And they are neutrally aligned. We have, they are particularly strong and a bit charismatic and higher constitution. They're not terribly smart, though. That's all right. They just need to hit hard. They have some special moves, including the stuff that they start with. They have got the upper hand, which means when they are about to take their last breath, they can make an offer to death. And if death takes them up on their offer, then they'll be all right. If not, they pass on. They've got What Are You Waiting For? Which means you can cry out a challenge to your enemies and roll with Constitution, and if they take the bait, then they treat you as the most obvious threat. Another one of my very favorite parts of the Barbarian playbook, is the Herculean Appetites. When you are pursuing one of your appetites, in Silius's case, conquest and fame and glory, they can roll an additional D8 instead of one of their D6. That means they're going to be slightly more likely to succeed, but if certain circumstances come to pass, then they're also likely to find some additional complications from chasing down their special appetite. Finally, they've got muscle bound. While you wield the weapon, it gains the forceful and messy tags. We're going to be doing bonds later at the beginning of our first session. They have a 2-handed sword. They've got adventuring gear and dungeon rations, and don't wear any armor. It's part of their special decision up here. They have been able to get +1 armor by not wearing any. Just part of their barbarian instincts. We've got a number of advanced moves here and some additional advanced moves from level 6 to 10. You'll be gaining these as this character levels up. So please go ahead and check out the Discord. You can find the links in the description, and you'll be able to identify some of those more interesting special moves that'll be coming later. Next up, our ranger. An elven ranger named Lyneth, with wild eyes, with a wild body, sharp eyes, and bald head, wearing traveling clothes. They are neutral. They're a ranger. They are for the investigational team. I think we had those as Team 3. They are going to be pretty dexterous, and they have a pretty reasonable wisdom and intelligence. They're going to be doing, investigation. They're going to be trying to understand the world around them. They have an animal companion. It is a hawk named Fish. and it is a ferocious and somewhat cunning individual. They have the ability to hunt and track. This ranger can follow a trail of clues left by passing creatures and try to track them down, and they can use Called Shot. It's essentially a special move that allows you to have some additional effects instead of just dealing your damage when you hit with an arrow. You might be able to make them stand still and drool, or make them slow, or even make them drop what they're holding. They are an elf, and they can use command with their animal companion that will allow the animal companion to do things like fight with them or defend them. They are carrying a hunter's bow, adventuring gear, and as I said before, as you can jump into the Discord and find the extra information about what moves they might be able to take down the line. Finally, on our team, what do we call them? Team reserved. What was the actual term that we used? Team restrained. We've got our wizard, another elf, an elf named Halvir. With a thin body and sharp eyes and a pointed hat and worn robes, they are intelligent. They are a little on the quicker side as well. Pretty wise, not terribly charismatic. That's all right. They're neutral. They're going to be trying to discover secrets about the magical world. They can cast spells, and we will find out much more about that later. I'm not going to go into the full detail. They can prepare spells and perform rituals that will allow them to do things outside of their normal spell list. They have a spell book, and it contains, I believe for this character, we have started with 4 cantrips: Light, Unseen Servant, Prestidigitation, and Detect Magic, as part of their special feature for being an elf wizard. And first level spells: Charm Person, Alarm, and Magic Missile. Some classics there. Of course, they are carrying their spell book, as well as a bag of books and some healing potions and a staff. Now, you're going to be able to join and play as one of these 3 characters along with the rest of that character's team. So, if you wish to join Team Halvir, Team Lenneth, or Team Silius the Hungry, go ahead and jump into the Discord. You'll find out more there. Please keep an eye out. We are going to be playing this next week. So that's just a basic introduction to our characters. We've got a Minotaur Barbarian, we've got an Elf Ranger, and an Elf Wizard. And the 3 of them are going to be arena fighters in our grand arena in the arena district of the metropolis. Now, I really hope you will join me for this because it's going to be a lot of fun. I've explained in my last video how it's going to work to join teams and all that, so go ahead and check out the previous video if you haven't already. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. I'm so excited. Bye-bye.